The movie Hunt, directed by Lee Jung-jae, who was the main character in Squid Game, was released lately. Hunt created a buzz because Jung Woo-Sung and Lee Jung-jae, who are famous for their bosom friendship, starred in the movie together. Hunt is a story about chasing after a North Korean spy in the National Security Planning Agency and preventing the operation of the President assassination set in the Fifth Republic in Korea in 1983. Lee Jung-jae played the role of Park Pyeng-ho, who was an agent for the National Security Planning Agency and Associated Director of the Overseas Department, and Jung Woo-Sung to Kim Jung-do, who was an agent for the National Security Agency and Associated Director of the Domestic Department. The movie's depiction of them being at each other's throats day and night is vastly different from how they actually interact, which is one of the film's most enduring aspects. Hunt shows the puzzling Korean history in the 1980s well, especially the real history of the 1918s, such as the Gwangju Democratization Movement, the Lee Ung-pyong incident, and the Rangoon Bombing appear in the movie. While Korean was accustomed to this past, others might find the movie difficult to see. Especially, you have to understand the Koreans' anti-sentiment toward former President Chun Doo-hwan to enjoy the movie more easily. From this point forward, we learn about Mr. Chun Doo-hwan and the history of Korea in 1980s. President Park Chung-hee, who was a dictator for 90 years, was assassinated by Kim Jae-gyu, who was the director of the Korean Central Intelligence Agency. President Park, who was from the military and took power by force, not only overcame the economic crisis, but suppressed and oppressed people. After the long term of his dictatorship, people anticipated the coming of a new period. However, it did not happen. Mr. Chun Doo-hwan, who was an army general and military dictator, took over the legend by force with his friend Do Tae-woo, who was an army general on May 17, 1918. The military regime came again. People opposed this new military regime, and especially Gwangju people burst into rage over them ardently. So from May 18 to May 27, Mr. Chun Doo-hwan and the military massacred the citizens of Gwangju. Regardless of gender or age, including 5-year-old boys and the elderly, the horrific atrocity left 400 individuals dead or missing and injured 4,000 others. What is worse, he mobilized an attack helicopter to kill innocent civilians. Soldiers who had to protect the citizens aimed guns at them. Mr. Jeon cheated people that the military subdued the red riot in Gwangju through the media. So everyone didn't know the truth until Jurgi Hinch-Pater, who was Germany's journalist, sneaked into Gwangju and published this incident in a newspaper. Kim Jung-do is the soldier who suppressed the Gwangju incident in the movie, and shocked watching those things where the soldiers killed the civilians. Mr. Jeon initiated the National Security Planning Agency to consolidate his power. The National Security Planning Agency, often known as NSPA or Angibu to Koreans, was the chief administrative body in charge of ensuring the safety of both domestic and foreign intelligence operations, as well as criminal investigations. Park Pyeng-ho and Kim Jung-do were the associated directors. NSPA was de facto Mr. Jeon's underlings. NSPA's existence was initially based on security for the anti-democratic regime, not external safety for states. Therefore, the potential army of the NSPA was the people. NSPA followed the route of the anti-democratic and anti-human rights path. Numerous persons usually regarding democratic movement activities were sought after by NSPA, frequently because of their involvement in democratic movements, as well as because they were college students, politicians, or other people who had irritated Mr. Jung by raising false allegations about communist, rage, or spies. NSPA spied on, tortured, and killed them. In the movie, what worse than a dictator is a dictator's servant allude to the NSPA and its brutality. NSPA was located in Namsan at the time, so people used to tremble because they were scared when they hear that they were taken to Namsan. This is the reason why the movie's original name was Namsan. The cruel scene in the movie was not exaggerated, but actually perpetrated in Korea. Especially Park Jung-jae, who was a Seoul University student and struggled against Mr. Jung's regime, was tortured to death. The democratic protest on June 10 followed his passing. Breaking Mr. Jung's administration down was sparked by the June democratic struggle. The Lee Ung-pyong incident in the movie was also real too. Lee Ung-pyong, a North Korean element, defected to South Korea flying a flyer plane on February 25, 1983. The first and last time the North Korean troops flew to South Korea was a big shock to South Koreans. Lee Ung-pyong said he was shocked and defected by the fact that South Korea prioritized the people's convenience, even small items, when he saw the place where exchange damaged or damaged products in the sales or distribution process. However, there is theory that Lee Ung-pyong denied this, so it is not known exactly whether it was true or propaganda by the Jung-do administration. The Jung-do dictatorship, which had been attacked as a horrible fool by force, persisted in power by spreading the lie that the North was far worse than the South, although it was clear that he defected to South Korea's freedom and prosperity rather than North Korea. The last bombing scene in the movie was the motif of the Rangoon Bombing, where North Korea planted some bombs in Rangoon to assassinate Mr. Jung. 70 Koreans and 4 Burmese people died because of this. Most Korean casualties were senior executives. Mr. Jung saved his life by arriving at the place late because the Burmese foreign minister was late. Mr. Jung has denied being guilty and put the blame on others but himself for a long time. However, through a strange turn of events, he passed away on November 23, 2021 in the bathroom. Hunt deals with trying to protect and assassinate Mr. Jung. Understanding why Koreans were eager to kill him and who he was would be helpful in enjoying the movie fully. So thank you for watching this video, and please don't forget to click the subscribe and the like button.